this is something I do get asked. This floor originally it was treated with Osmo Pollex wax, and then Nala, who is somewhere around, had an embarrassing accident and bleach was used, and it's taken the finish off. Sometimes it doesn't take the finish off, it just makes it go white, but in this case the finish has definitely come up. Now, the whole floor probably does need retreating because, as you can see, where people tread and where people don't tread wears differently. It's why I don't like polyurethane varnish on floors, because it requires stripping. Osmo you can feather in, but another thing you can feather in is this. This is Danish oil, and it's a drying oil, and I want it to soak into the wood. So that's as it comes out the tin, and I'm adding just a little bit of white spirit, and I'm doing that for two reasons. Number one, I want to thin it so that it penetrates, and number two, I want to make sure it dries a bit more quickly. Now, there are several patches here, so I'll start at the furthest one and just show you. And once this is dry, all I'm doing, now bear in mind some of this colour pickup is because it's wet, so it won't be quite this when I've done it, when it dries out. But then just use a little bit of white wool and gently rub it in. And I want it to penetrate in. And then I can just kind of keep just lightly feathering it out there so it's really thin on the edge. Incidentally, the crackling that you could hear was these polythene gloves. Latex gloves dissolve in white spirit. I find that vinyl and the nitrile gloves also go hard and tear. So I use little polyurethane ones, and they were crackling on the speaker. That's done in. Now that will take a little while to dry. It's not going to dry instantly, but it should dry, fairly quickly. I'm going to treat that patch now, and then I'll get back to you when it has dried and showed you. And then I'm going to mop the floor so it's clean, and then I'm going to polish it. But wait for that. Now, you can, if you look, and you can see roughly where that patch was. But I put the colour back in with the oil. I didn't have to wait for it to be bone dry. If I was using it, for example, on that table, it would take 18 hours to dry. I just need it to soak in and dry vaguely tacky, because I've then, as you saw, waxed over it. Now, that thing is an enormous help. It's heavy and it really makes a breeze of waxing these floors. It brings them up to a beautiful shine. But here we go. Traffic wax, a bit of oil, and the floor looks decent again. It will hold it off. I know it needs retreating, but this is just to show that you can get a floor looking really nice by a little bit of ingenuity and patchwork.